And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. We got a great show for you today. As always, we are live every single day at noon Eastern. If you want to watch live, head over to twitch.tv/takesbyfans. If you want to watch but not live, head over to our YouTube channel, Takes by Fans. We post all of our shows and clips of the show there on a daily basis. And if you just want to listen, we are on podcasting apps, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. So however you want to watch or listen, we've got you covered multiple ways. Alrighty, today is a big Monday. Preseason has officially wrapped up, folks. No more games until the 9th, folks. September 9th. Thursday Night Football. Jeez, it's going to be great for it to be back. So, preseason's all done and wrapped up. Today on the show, we got to kind of break down the last remaining games that just took place yesterday. And, for the next, 2 weeks before the start of the regular season, we are going to be kind of focusing on win totals for teams and what we can kind of win, what we can expect teams to be kind of looking like according to what Vegas has kind of laid as their overall win totals. We're going to be looking at that kind of in depth now that we're going to have a little bit more time in the show this week. May not get to it today because we do have to finish up watching preseason football, but that's definitely going to be coming this week and next week. And what I also want to do is that, remember, we made narratives that we wanted to kind of take a look at for the preseason and the training camp. We did narratives for every single team in the league. So we're going to kind of revisit those narratives, see if we saw what we wanted to see. Were those narratives that we written down and wanted to see, did we get answers to those narratives? Is there any still question marks there? So we're going to take a look at those as well throughout the next kind of 2 weeks, going over those narratives that we wrote down. Did we find out the answers that we needed to during training camp in the 3 preseason games that everybody played? So we're going to be taking a look at that today on the show as well, if we do have time, but those will be coming up this week as well, just because we do have to watch the games from last night and some good quarterback play, some young guys still in, and we got to keep tabs on them. So let's just jump right into it with the stories of the day, and the first one up. All right, here we go, folks. Now that preseason game is officially over the next 2 days, teams will have to trim their rosters down to 53 players, folks. The final 53 must be made in the next 2 days. Over 800 players will be told they're being released. Some will be brought back on practice squads, but for the rest, their dreams to make the NFL will take a big hit, a very tough next few days. So 53 players is the final roster, and that's going to be cut down by the end of tomorrow. So look for that. Luckily, there's no really big names that we have to take a look at or keep an eye out for. Tim Tebow is the only player that we wanted to see get cut, and luckily, Urban Meyer came to his senses sooner rather than later and cut him at the first opportunity that he was kind of given. So Tim Tebow's gone, so it's not like we have to wait around for anybody. So we'll keep an eye on the cuts here over the next 2 days to see if any big surprising names show up on there. But, we'll wait till that happens. But the final 53 will be made by the end of tomorrow. Alrighty, here we go, folks. We got another quarterback competition solved, folks. Here we go. The starting quarterback for the Washington football team this season is, drumroll please, Ryan Fitzpatrick! Like we all knew. This is not surprising to anybody. As soon as Fitzpatrick got there, the first day that he was practicing, everybody knew he was a starter. All the receivers were gushing over this man as soon as he was throwing the ball. So they're going with Ryan Fitzpatrick, the clear-cut, obvious choice. Unfortunate for Taylor Heinicke. Never really did anything. I don't even know if this man even played in the preseason. But, Ryan Fitzpatrick, a little bit more serviceable. We really don't love Ryan Fitzpatrick. He does give you that kind of 50-50 ability to win a game where Taylor Heinicke doesn't really do that just quite yet. So you've got kind of young guns at these receiver positions, some real good young guys for Washington, and to have this nice veteran presence at the quarterback position who has just so much to prove. I mean, Ryan Fitzpatrick every single season, thinks he's going to be with that team long term. He thinks he's going to be the starter, and he thinks he's going to kind of be the next franchise guy there. And we can kind of, figure that out by just kind of what he says. He's always disappointed when he gets cut, and he's always disappointed when he's not the starter, and he's just kind of an overall, he wants to be out there on the field. So Ryan Fitzpatrick, he does kind of give you a fair shot at winning a game. He can push the ball down the field. He is a gunslinger, but unfortunately that always doesn't really help. And we saw what this man did. We bring it back. I think it was the, what was that? The 2016, maybe 2017 Jets, where Todd Bowles was the defensive coordinator the head coach year one, and the defense was real solid, but Ryan Fitzpatrick still only took that team to 10 wins, and now this Washington football team has a really good defense. Can he upgrade them to more than 10 wins? 10 wins, is that going to win the NFC East? Potentially, because, it is the NFC East. We just saw what happened last season. 7 wins won the division. Granted, Dak was out, but still, that's what happened last season. So we'll see what Ryan Fitzpatrick can do here for this Washington football team. If he can be the answer, if he can have one last ride, I wouldn't mind seeing Ryan Fitzpatrick lead this Washington team to a division title, a nice deep playoff run, because, his years in the league are numbered. So I wouldn't mind Ryan Fitzpatrick having a great season. I just don't know if he is capable of completing an entire year from week 1 to week 17, or week 18 now, game 17. But I don't know if he can kind of put an entire great season together from start to finish, being consistent all the way throughout, giving them a great fair chance to win every single game. I don't know if Ryan Fitzpatrick has that in him, but we're going to see it this season, because I really don't see any circumstances where Ron Rivera benches Ryan Fitzpatrick for Taylor Heinicke. The only scenario I may potentially see a small percent chance of that happening is if Washington goes like 0-8, 0-10 to start the season. Then maybe you play Taylor Heinicke just to see what you have going into next season, to see if you truly have to kind of draft a quarterback high in the draft, have a quarterback competition all over again next season. So that's the only way I see Taylor Heinicke playing this season, and the way that this Washington football team's defense could potentially be this season. We saw, top 10 last year. Maybe even top 5, honestly. But, I really see this Washington defense really keeping these games close, and Ryan Fitzpatrick being a game manager and them winning some close games. So I don't think they're going to go, 0-8, 0-10. I would kind of see them potentially 4-4, 5-3 at that kind of 8-game mark. But congratulations, Ryan Fitzpatrick. One last ride potentially here. Some solid young players all around him. Like we said, we know this Washington football team offense is nothing good. They've got kind of Terry McLaurin at their wide receiver position, who's absolutely great, but then everybody else is just kind of it's solid, tier 2s. The running game, Antonio Gibson, once again, it's all right. It's a kind of tier 2-ish. So we'll see if Ryan Fitzpatrick can elevate these guys. He's definitely going to have to kind of be that kind of A1 tier 1 quarterback. A1 tier 1 quarterbacks uplift the entire team. They make tier 3 players play like tier 2. They make tier 2 players play like tier 1. So that's what this Washington young, inexperienced, not the greatest offense is going to need out of Ryan Fitzpatrick. And, he talks his talk every single year, folks. He's like, he always thinks he should be the starter. He always thinks he's better than all these other quarterbacks. With the Dolphins last year, he thought, hey, this was my team. Why are you going with Tua? I'm better than Tua. Why are you going to start a rookie over me? And we kind of know that's kind of his attitude in every single kind of team that he's been on, because he's been on so many teams that we've been hearing kind of the same thing every time he gets cut. So Ryan Fitzpatrick, it's your year. Take advantage of it. Potentially last year in the league. I would probably say definitely last year as a starter in this league, whether he continues his career as a backup. I even think Washington moves off of Ryan Fitzpatrick at the end of this season. They go and get their kind of next new young face of the franchise at the quarterback position. We're heading into kind of year 3 of Ron Rivera next season. So, he's going to kind of want his own guy that he can kind of coach up like he kind of did with Cam. They were both there. I believe they started kind of right around the same time. I'm not sure if Ron Rivera inherited Cam or, one season in and Ron Rivera got him. But whatever that case is, he's going to kind of want that other kind of Cam Newton-ish, let's build and have an entire couple 8 to 10 seasons together and see what we can do. So, all right, Ryan, show us what you got. You won this job easy peasy. Not a lot of great competition to work with, but you won it. Now you got to start winning some games here. Let's see if Ryan Fitzpatrick can back up all that talk that he's kind of been saying the last couple of months here, ever since his season with the Dolphins ended, and he had a little bit of words to say of Tua and the organization as a whole. So let's see if he can sink or swim this season. Ryan Fitzpatrick's got the job for Washington. Alrighty, folks, a little update on what we were talking about yesterday. We saw that Ravens running back J.K. Dobbins unfortunately got injured in their preseason game on Saturday, actually. And now we know it is official. He has suffered a torn ACL. Truly, truly unfortunate. He is going to be out for the season. So J.K. Dobbins no longer the running back here for the Ravens this season. Truly unfortunate. Now they have to go with Gus Edwards, like we said, and now they don't have any good running back depth. They went from 3 great running backs last season to only 1 good one this season. So we'll see what they do. They still have not made a move here on who they want to get. So unfortunate there. We'll see. We know Lamar Miller, we know Todd Gurley, we know Le'Veon Bell, we know Alfred Morris. They're all still out there, and we'll see if the Ravens kind of go after one of those top free agents at the running back position like we think they need to do, because their other running back, their second, third, and fourth strings have done absolutely nothing. They're either rookies or year 1 players, year 2 players that have achieved nothing, have proven nothing out there in actual NFL game. In the NFL game setting. So we'll see what J.K. Dobbins is going to do next season. We're going to potentially, be doing the same thing for J.K. Dobbins like we did for Saquon Barkley this season. Saquon Barkley tore his ACL, his kind of comeback, rooting for it, waiting for it, because J.K. Dobbins had a real good rookie year, 800 yards. That's what we're talking about. And, now that this man would have been the main back, didn't have to split carries between 3 running backs like he had to do last season, this could have been a true breakout season for J.K. Dobbins, especially for how good we kind of predict the Ravens passing game is going to be this season. Once again, the passing game opens up the running game and vice versa. So J.K. Dobbins could have been even better than he was before last season, because we think the passing game, Lamar Jackson, deep ball threats, you can't load the box because you got Sammy Watkins, and Marquise Brown going deep on the deep ball every single route. Every single play is going to be a deep ball this season, folks. Watch out for it. So truly unfortunate here by J.K. Dobbins. We'll root for him to get back, and maybe we'll put him on a canvas next year for our new set, rooting for this man to kind of, take over the league by storm. So 1 year out for J.K. Dobbins. Truly, truly unfortunate. And then he goes to Twitter, doesn't tweet anything, but kind of, sneak disses a little bit out here because he likes this tweet by Taylor Biskitty. She's verified on Twitter. I don't even know who that is, but he likes this tweet that says, quote, "I just don't understand playing starters in the preseason. Can't convince me otherwise." Now, I don't care who you play in the preseason. You all need reps. You still want to get out there. Injuries can happen at any single play. You cannot coddle people, be like, well, I don't want you out there because you could potentially get injured. Yes, you could potentially get injured. You could potentially get injured anywhere, at any point, any part of the day, anytime, just doing the normal things. And then in football, yes, it's a physical contact sport, but there's players that have never gotten injured, folks. Can we just look at it? I got to say this very, very, I don't even want to say the man's name, so I'm going to clue it in. TB12, Patriots, Bucks, Belichick, Arians. I think y'all can know who I'm talking about. I don't even want to put that name out there, but I mean, he doesn't get injured, folks. Has he ever gotten injured? He got injured once. That was it. Out for one season. So it's like, yeah, you could get injured in the preseason, but are we just not going to get that experience? Are we just not going to kind of fully develop our offense and fully get a good look at what our offense is going to be like on tape so we can have something to practice and build off of and fix and all that? Are we just not supposed to do that because you could potentially maybe get injured in the preseason? It's truly unfortunate. I'm not saying it's not, and it truly sucks. I mean, getting injured in preseason, nobody wants to do that. It's awful for everybody. The player because he can't play, the team because you don't have them, the fans because they can't watch them, the sport overall, the NFL, just because you don't have a main guy out there on the field. So yes, it sucks all around. Nobody wants this to happen, but you still need to practice. J.K. Dobbins, he's year 2. He's year 2. Of course he needs a little bit more, a couple of reps in the preseason to get him ready for week 1. You cannot lose games in the NFL, folks. There's only 17 games. Used to be only 16 games. There was no room to lose games. That's why you need to come out of the gate firing on all cylinders. That's why you kind of need a couple of reps in preseason. And it wasn't like J.K. Dobbins was out there every single quarter for, the 3 playoff games. He played a couple of quarters here and there. So it's just truly unfortunate, but I'm not going to knock coaches. I'm not going to knock teams for playing their stars or starters in preseason for a couple of series. I'm not going to knock that because I truly think you need to have those valuable reps out there, especially at the end of preseason game number 3, where it's your last audition, the final chance you have to be out there in an actual game setting. And we just saw Patrick Mahomes out there already thrown 2 touchdowns. He's going to be ready to rock. I mean, bet the Chiefs week 1 because Patrick Mahomes is already warmed up. Same thing with Tom Brady, slinging the ball all over the field. Bet him week 1 because he will win because he's already primed and ready to go. So I don't mind it. I think there's, benefits and there's risks to both options, playing and not playing them in preseason. If they're established, if they're coming back from injury, I get it why you don't want to play them that much, but still at the end of the day, I truly think you need those reps to get prepared for the season. You cannot wait until week 2, week 3, week 4 to be like, all right, now I have my legs under me. I'm ready to rock now. It could potentially be already too late. I mean, if you start the season 0-4, I mean, good luck. You cannot lose for the rest of the season. I mean, 5 losses. What do we go? 12-5 now? I mean, that's probably going to get a wild card. I'm not going to lie. But now 10-7? I mean, if you can only lose 7 games and you just lost the first 4 and you got, what do we got? 17 games, 4, so that's 13. You still got 13 more games to play and you really can't lose anymore. That's just unfortunate. So it's truly unfortunate what happened to J.K. Dobbins. I don't think that we should be slandering the Ravens, their coaching staff, their decision makers for playing J.K. Dobbins. It's just unfortunate. You can get injured on any play, anywhere, in any game, at any week. You can get injured week 1. You can get injured week 17. You can get injured the first play of the Super Bowl. You can get injured the last play of the Super Bowl and not play for the rest of the year, and not play that next season because you have to take an entire year off, which is the next Super Bowl, and you're probably not going to be there. So, I mean, you can literally get injured at any play. I don't think you have to kind of hinder the growth and readiness of your offense worrying about one player getting injured. It's just unfortunate. So, J.K. Dobbins likes that tweet. I get it, but, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't, in my opinion. So, I'm not going to criticize the Ravens for playing them. I think it's the right decision to be made to play these players. It's just unfortunate, folks. Some things are just unfortunate. They're not bad. They're not good. It's not a bad decision. It's not a wrong decision. It's not a good decision. It's just truly just unfortunate. It happens. We know it happens. And when it happens to you, when it happens to your team, when it happens to your favorite player, it's just unfortunate. It's what the game is. It's unfortunate. There's some good things about football. There's bad things about football. This is one of the bad, unfortunate things. It's just unfortunate, folks. So J.K. Dobbins, we wish you a speedy recovery. We're rooting for you next season to get back to where you were and plus some year 3 leap. We're still expecting, hey, J.K., we're still expecting the year 3 leap. You don't get a free pass because you missed your second year. We need that year 3 leap. So you better be putting in that work this offseason to get back to where you could be next season. All right, so that's J.K. Dobbins, and then now that the Ravens are looking for another running back, we get here, free agent Todd Gurley wants to join the Ravens per source. I think he kind of tweeted out something. It was kind of real. Hang on, let me see if I can bring this up quickly because it was real funny. He was like, what? Oh, he got injured? Well, hey, I'm still available. I want to see if he took the tweet down. Here it is. It's kind of a selfish tweet if you read into it, but this is what Todd Gurley tweeted out after J.K. Dobbins going down. He said, wait, what? Nah, not Dobbins. Shaking my head, praying everything is okay and a speedy recovery. Because, of course, he kind of wants to get another shake in the league. I mean, now this is a running back open. He's like, what? Wait, no, J.K.? Oh, I wish you a speedy recovery. Once again, kind of tweeting out, being like, hey, Ravens, I'm still here. Oh, JK, so sorry, man. But Ravens, hello. I'm here. What y'all think? Y'all want me? So that's what it was pretty funny. But we'll see if the Ravens go that route to get JK or Todd Gurley, folks. I don't think it's the right decision. I really think Lamar Miller is the best running back available at the moment. And I truly don't understand why he's not getting any love, any play, anywhere. So we'll see what the Ravens do. I definitely think they're going to get somebody. They got 2 weeks before the start of the season, and they're just going to be practicing and seeing the running backs be like, yeah, we can't play with these dudes. We cannot play with these dudes. We can play with that one, Gus Edwards. We can play with him. Everybody else we cannot play with. We got to get somebody. Call up somebody. What are the free agents? Get them here immediately. We will work them out. We will try them out. We still got 2 weeks. We don't have to worry. All these kind of free agents, they're veterans. Lamar Miller, Alfred Morris, Le'Veon Bell, Todd Gurley. They all know the system. They know the baseline of what to do so they can get caught up very, very easily and get into, a starting role or a good solid backup rotational role instantly and be a positive impact week 1. So we'll see what the Ravens do here at the running back position. Some good, decent names in free agency still at the running back position. So the Ravens shouldn't be too distraught over this. They still should be able to find, a quick fix. And then also having Gus Edwards, their last season, 3 straight 700 yards going into his 4th season. Pretty solid there. So, all right. J.K. Dobbins out for the year. Unfortunate. Alrighty, next little update here on a story that we talked about yesterday. T.Y. Hilton, folks, truly unfortunate. He's going to be missing a couple of games here. But this quote here that we're going to get by the Colts head coach Frank Reich here on T.Y. Hilton, it's making it seem like there is potential for this to be bad. Because when we talked about this story yesterday, it was like, okay, maybe a couple of weeks. We never even heard or even thought that it would be season ending or even that long term. We were thinking kind of like the first 4 weeks, pretty much like maybe max, maybe bump it up to 5, maybe missing the first 5 games. But the way that Frank Reich talks here, it still is potentially not very, very, very bad. It is going to be potentially very, very bad for T.Y. Hilton. So let's read the quote here. Quote here by Frank Reich, quote, "It was a disc issue, so that's a complicated issue." Talking about T.Y. Hilton's neck injury of what that is keeping him potentially out for maybe the season. But back to the quote. "It was a disc issue, so that's a complicated issue. More meetings, more evaluations to come, more opinions to come. He will miss some games. We don't know exactly how many. We're optimistic it's not season ending." So we really didn't even think that injury could be season ending. Just because there wasn't kind of a lot of words being said about it. Nobody was really talking about it. It was kind of out of the blue. It didn't happen. He played no preseason games, so it didn't happen in the preseason, so this kind of injury snuck up on us, and then we talked about it yesterday. But man, oh man, him saying we're optimistic it's not season injuring, yes, it sounds good, but now that it's still a potential outcome, that it could potentially be season ending. I mean, He didn't do anything for like the last month about it. Nobody knew about it. It's not like it just happened. This was something that he probably knew of and had to finally get taken care of because, hey, it's either getting worse or it's not healing properly. So we have to kind of take that into consideration and kind of what potentially could be happening here with T.Y. Hilton. Just the fact that we didn't hear anything about it for like the last month, and now it's all coming out. So this is not great for the Colts. We are still decently big on this Colts team. We talked about it yesterday that we aren't kind of fully jumping ship on this Colts team because we believe that the running game and the other good pass catchers that they have on their team, Michael Pittman Jr., Zach Pascal, that they can kind of lead the charge and just have Carson Wentz be a game manager at the quarterback position. So we don't think it's kind of, bottoms up with this kind of, Colts team now. We still do believe that they can get it done this season, but we do need T.Y. Hilton at some point for the Colts this season. They really are going to need him when it comes playoff time and they want to make that deep playoff run and Super Bowl run. They will not be able to do that without T.Y. Hilton. They may be able to win a couple of games, the first 5, 6, maybe even give them 7 weeks without T.Y. Hilton. I believe they can, win the majority of those games, but I don't think they can win the Super Bowl without him. So hopefully this is something speedy. Hopefully this isn't anything too big. Messing with the neck is never great. So hopefully a speedy recovery here by T.Y. Hilton, but he is definitely going to be missing some games. Not great there. All right, and let's get this last little update here. So once again, the rumor of DeShaun Watson being traded to the Dolphins is just intensifying literally in the past 24 hours. It is just going crazy, and we never bought into it. We just said it yesterday on the show. We are not buying into this. But we just had head coach Brian Flores for the Dolphins give some quotes about it, and this does not make us feel good. And let's just say this, DeShaun Watson's top 3 in this league, folks. Honestly, he's honestly top 3 in this league, maybe top 5, but I mean, he is so freaking great in this league. And we said the only quarterbacks that we would trade for DeShaun Watson, or that we would the only quarterbacks that we would take over DeShaun Watson are Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, and Justin Herbert. Everybody else, we're taking DeShaun Watson over, and that does include Tua. It's not that we don't believe in Tua. It's just that, DeShaun Watson is that freaking great already. So Brian Flores not really kind of making us feel good. I don't want to see DeShaun Watson on this team. I still want to rock with Tua. I want to see what Tua can do. So I want Tua, but I understand why DeShaun Watson's a big get. But we do want Tua still on this team. We wanted Tua to see what he can do this year, and we don't think it makes sense switching out quarterbacks this late into training camp, the preseason, when the preseason games are all done. We're ready to rock in this season. So really what we were expecting out of Brian Flores was to say, no, we're not saying that. These rumors are false. We're sticking with Tua. That's what we wanted out of Brian Flores. Put it to rest. Put it to bed. Hey, no. Those are rumors that have no weight to them and should not be listened to. We are sticking with Tua. We love Tua. We are not getting DeShaun Watson. That's the only acceptable answer out of Brian Flores. What did he do? Nothing close to that. Nothing close to that. So we get 3 separate quotes here on Brian Flores, and they're all not good. Kind of indicating that these rumors are true, that the Dolphins are considering bringing in DeShaun Watson. So let's read these quotes. Here we go. Head coach Brian Flores was asked about all the DeShaun Watson chatter. He said he won't get into any reports and speculation, saying, quote, any conversations that we have or don't have with another club will stay internal. That will remain the case. Okay, well, that doesn't tell me anything. That kind of if you are so confident that you are rocking with Tua, you shut these reports down. Tua doesn't know if these reports are true. He's being told you're the guy, but folks, Carson Wentz was told he's the guy. And then they built a statue of Nick Foles. And then they signed Jalen Hurts. They drafted Jalen Hurts. So you can be told you're the guy. You're not the guy. Ryan Fitzpatrick was told, hey, you're the guy, but we're starting Tua. And Andy Dalton was told, hey, you're the guy, but I think in the next 2 weeks, Matt Nagy's going to be like, yeah, Justin Fields, you're the starter. So you can be told you're the guy, doesn't mean you're the guy. So Any conversations that we have or don't have with another club will stay internal. That will remain the case. Why are you not shutting it down? If you were so... there's no reason to play into this if you're Brian Flores. Why not shut it down? Why play into it that it could potentially be true? It makes no benefit for you to not shut it down instantly if it is not true. If it is true, then you can shut it down, obviously. But if it's not true, there is no benefit of not shutting it down. Why have this monkey in the room, this elephant in the room 2 weeks before the start of the season? We are 2 weeks before the start of the season, and you just kind of want to bring in a new quarterback that knows nothing about the offense? He has Will Fuller on the team, who he was with last season. That's one player. He's going to be out the first 2 games, so that's not great. So getting out to not a good start. That's not the best. So there's no benefit. There's no benefit of not shutting down these rumors. That was the first quote. Let's get the second quote here. I think we actually got 4 quotes. But here we go. Next quote. Asked about reports regarding DeShaun Watson, Brian Flores said any conversations they have or don't have will remain internal as they typically do. That is his exact words right there. So if it doesn't sound right, that's on him. On a follow-up question about their belief in Tua Tagovailoa, Flores says, quote, I'm very confident in Tua. He's played well. Okay, so if you're so confident, shut down the rumors. Don't trade for DeShaun Watson. You could say that, but you can't say that you're definitely not fielding offers for DeShaun Watson. And then we get this one. Brian Flores was asked by David Furians, just a Miami Dolphins beat reporter, if he's willing to provide clarity for Dolphins fans by saying the team isn't interested in trading for DeShaun Watson. His response said, quote, I would say I'm interested in the players on the Miami Dolphins. Once again, just shut it down, point blank. Why is Brian Flores playing this word game? Hey, are you interested in trading for DeShaun Watson? I'm interested in players on the Miami Dolphins. Well, DeShaun Watson, if these reports are true, will be a Miami Dolphin. So, would you be interested in him then? It's like, just come. Why the dance? Why the dance? Why the dance? What do you have to gain by doing this dance? Stop dancing. Just stop dancing. Everybody will still think you're cool if you're not dancing. Dancing, not dancing. Everybody loves Brian Flores. So, you got nothing to lose. Shut it down. Stop the word game. Stop the dance. But he doesn't stop the dance. Plenty of opportunities to stop the dance. He doesn't stop the dance. And then is this? No, this isn't it. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. Last one here. And this is not true. So this girl on Twitter, Ruthie Polinsky, sports anchor at NBC6. Okay, she tweets out this, says Brian Flores shuts down the DeShaun Watson conversation off the bat. He reinforces conversations that they have as an organization will remain internal. He says this, quote, I'm very confident in Tua. He's done a lot of good things this spring, this offseason. He played well last week. When did Brian Flores shut down the conversations right off the bat? Did he? I don't think he did. Dancing around, this is shutting it down for you? Saying he's confident in Tua? Saying that he's interested in the Dolphins players? Saying that any conversations that he has with our club or another club will stay internal? That sounds like it's shutting it down right off the bat. That sounds like a dance around to me. So, not great here. I really don't think bringing in DeShaun Watson is the right move right now, especially since there's no discount on the man with all the sexual assault allegations. They are still firm of the reports that we've been hearing, these new reports that we've been hearing that we're not really buying into, that they are still looking for 3 first-round draft picks and 2 second-round draft picks. That's not a deal. That is not a steal. That is not what you can give up for DeShaun Watson right now, given the circumstances. So, I don't know if he's truly shutting it down. Maybe, we do know that he did come from Bill Belichick's system where Bill Belichick doesn't really shut anything down either. So maybe he's just playing the game. But I think he would build so much more respect in the locker room. I mean, if these players are hearing these rumors, if Tua's hearing the rumors, if the wide receivers are hearing the rumors of, hey, we could potentially be trading for DeShaun Watson, and if the Dolphins do trade for DeShaun Watson will be starting, folks. It's not like you're going to keep DeShaun Watson as a backup. No way. He will take over for Tua instantly. Maybe not 100% instantly, 100% like 2 weeks into the season. Yeah. So, I just don't get it. Shut it down. No. Here, Brian Flores. I'll tell you how to do it. I'll lay it out for you. I'll give it to you right here. This is how you do it. The reporter asked the question, hey, Brian Flores, there's reports about DeShaun Watson that you guys are going to be trading for him and not going with Tua this season. Are those reports true? Brian Flores, here we go. This is what you say. Those reports are 100% false. I don't know where the hell they came from. People are just making things up. Tua's our guy. He has proven that he can be a starting quarterback in this league. His accuracy is impeccable. I've never seen another quarterback's accuracy as good as Tua's. He's going to lead this team to a Super Bowl. We hope sooner rather than later, but I can guarantee a Super Bowl under Tua. We have 100,000,000% confidence in the man. He is our starter. Those Deshaun Watson rumors are false, 100% false. I don't even think Deshaun Watson's a good quarterback. I think he's the worst quarterback in the league right now. So, of course not. We're not going to be trading for Deshaun Watson. We will be going with the greatest quarterback of all time, Tua Tagovailoa. Tua, come out here. Take a bow. Do a little spin for him. Yeah, that's our guy right there. That's our man. The reports on Deshaun Watson are 1,000,000,000% false, and whoever came up with those reports should be fired immediately for not doing any work journalism-wise and just making up false stories. So I will be taking names of all the reporters that ran with this narrative, and I will be calling them out individually tomorrow on the show. Or at the press conference, because I'm still Brian Flores. So thank you for coming to the press conference. I am going back and training Tua some more. So Deshaun Watson is not coming to the Dolphins. That's all you had to say. How hard is that to say? I just said it. That's pretty simple. But what's the end goal, Brian? What's the end goal of not shutting this down right now? I'm not seeing it. So we'll see. We got 2 weeks. If it doesn't happen before the start of the season, it's not going to happen. So we'll see. We'll see, folks. That's all we can do. We'll see it. If it happens, we'll believe it. If we see it. If it happens. So we'll see. Alrighty. Next story up here. We got, quarterback competitions on the rise, folks. So, Bill Belichick still has not named who the starting quarterback is going to be for this Patriots team. Now, we are going to look at these two quarterbacks at their final preseason game today. Later in the show, the Patriots played against the Giants, so we're going to see how Cam and Mac Jones both performed to kind of give our final last take of who should be the starting quarterback for the Patriots. Let's see how Cam looked after missing 5 days of practice this week to get prepared for the Giants. And let's see what Mac Jones looked like with 3 full days of practice with the ones by himself, with no other kind of split with anybody else on the team. Let's see what Mac Jones learned. So we expect big things from Mac Jones, and we're expecting real good, solid things out of Cam Newton. If they don't live up to those expectations, then we're going to go with the other, just based off of this last week alone, because we do think it holds a lot of weight. So let's go into this article right here, and let's see what Bill Belichick is saying, what he's not saying, more likely, and let's see if we can kind of potentially find out who they may be leaning toward in the quarterback battle. This is the kind of the last one that needs to be named. Like we said, Washington just named Ryan Fitzpatrick as their starter. We're still waiting for Matt Nagy to change his mind. We're good on the Saints. We're good on the Jaguars. We're good on the Broncos. So it's really just coming down to this Patriots team. So leave it up to Bill Belichick to be the last. And we have the 49ers. So Bill Belichick, Kyle Shanahan, two coaches that have been to multiple Super Bowls, and they are the last ones to kind of reveal their starter. They don't want to give up their game plan. So I guess we have to kind of give respect to the big brain IQs of these head coaches that have made the Super Bowl. Do we weigh that a little bit? All right. So let's go into this article. Here we go. New England Patriots coach Bill Belichick isn't ready to name his starting quarterback for the regular season opener September 12th against the Miami Dolphins. Quote here by Bill Belichick says, "No, we still have a lot of decisions to make after the 22-20 win over the Giants in the preseason finale yesterday." Veteran Cam Newton started on Sunday and played 2 series, all with the starters. Rookie Mac Jones relieved him and played deep into the third quarter, all with the backups, so we will keep that in mind when we watch the tape. Cam Newton, all with the starters, and Mac Jones, all with the backups. That could be a tip-off on the direction Bill Belichick is leaning, and Jones, the first-round pick from Alabama, is preparing for however it unfolds. The quote here by Mac Jones says, quote, "Like I always say, I'm focused on today. I think there's a lot of stuff I can clean up. I held the ball a little bit too long at some points today. I'll work on that, but I'm here to play any role I can play, help in any way I can, and I'm going to be ready whenever my time comes," Jones said. So Jones is, doing classic Daniel Jones or Mac Jones things out here. Once again, hey, I'm just trying to get better. Any role they want me to have, whether it's a backup to push Cam Newton, whether it's the starter to lead this team, I am good on any role. I am just here to play and get better, and he's still sticking by that after all the preseason games. All right, Newton was 2 of 5 for 10 yards with 1 interception on Sunday, was not made available to answer any questions after the game. He hasn't addressed reporters since the COVID-19 protocol misunderstanding that led him to miss 3 practices last week. Thus, the post-game media spotlight shined bright on Jones. Another quote here by Mac Jones. Quote, "I learned at a young age, just prepare like the starter. You don't have to be the starter, but prepare. Get into your routine. That's something Coach talked about today. We're going to be in the stadium again September 19th against the Jets, and that's kind of what I did. That's how you can get into a flow." And Mac Jones, he played at Alabama where he wasn't kind of the main guy, had to kind of wait for his opportunity to come, and then when his opportunity came, he went out and seized the moment and won a national championship. I mean, he got it done. We can't deny that Mac Jones did not get it done in college. We thought it was all the help and support around him offensively, but, now he's trying to beat out Cam Newton and potentially beating out Cam Newton for the starting job out here. All right. We get any more quotes here by Bill Belichick? That's what I kind of want to know. We can read this last quote here. So let's read the lead up to this last quote by Mac Jones. So Jones referred to Newton as a mentor on Sunday night and explained a moment on the sideline that was picked up on the television broadcast in which Newton was pursuing him down the sideline to congratulate him. Quote by Mac Jones. I keep calling him Daniel Jones. Mac Jones out here. Mac and cheese says, quote, "He showed me the video after the game. I didn't hear him or see him, and I was like, oh, my bad, but that's Cam for you. He's happy. He's a great teammate, so I'm happy to be in the same room as him and just learn from him because he's a great dude." And this kind of interaction that they're talking about, it's either Mac Jones threw a touchdown or something, and Cam Newton comes running down the sideline, like looking for a high five. Mac Jones doesn't see him, so Cam Newton's just kind of running down the sideline, just being like, okay, hey, like trying to get to Mac Jones, and then when he does, I do believe the high five. But once again, we have heard Cam Newton say this, hey, I will be a mentor to Mac Jones, and we've been seeing this, we've been hearing it, and Cam Newton is truly a great sport overall of truly what is going on as a true quarterback competition unfolds here in New England. So we do give credit for Cam Newton on that. I don't know if we can give Cam Newton any credit for pure passing ability, but leadership, mentorism, yeah, we can give him some bonus points on that. All right, last paragraph in this article to read. Here we go. Throughout the preseason, Belichick has repeated that Newton is the starting quarterback, but also said that, like players at any position, he has to reestablish that standing throughout the preseason. Belichick has also said there could be a change at any position if someone performs better than the starter or the starter isn't available. Asked last week at what point he needs to transition from a spirited quarterback competition to having a starter and giving that player the majority of repetitions for the season opener, Bill Belichick said, quote, "I don't have a timetable on that. I'm not sure." So Bill Belichick not wanting to give any secrets away, really wanting to hang on to the last minute because he doesn't want to give any advance to the Dolphins on what to prepare for. Do we have to prepare for the dual threat quarterback in Cam Newton, or do we have to prepare for the rookie quarterback in Mac Jones? We have to prepare for both right now, and Bill Belichick would like to keep that going as long as possible. The Dolphins are a division rival. This is a big game for both teams, facing, an expatriate coach in Brian Flores head to head. Bill Belichick doesn't want to have, one of his disciples, beat him head to head. So he's going to be like, hey, Brian, prepare for both because we're not telling you anything. So I can't hate the player. I hate the game. I don't hate Bill Belichick for not giving us the starter. I just hate the game of that you don't have to tell us. How unfortunate. So Bill Belichick keeping everything under wraps. And then the last quote here by Bill Belichick, quote, what we're going to do is what's best for our football team. That's the bottom line. So once again, not giving any indication of who the starting quarterback is going to be. And I believe after yesterday, it could potentially be Mac Jones. So we'll watch the footage a little bit later in the show and kind of come up with our final determination of who should be the starter, Cam Newton or Mac Jones. But Bill Belichick is not letting anything out of his mouth. He's keeping everything tight in that mouth of his. All right. So we don't know what's going on with the quarterbacks in New England. All righty. Well, what we kind of do know, quarterback-wise, with the Colts is that Carson Wentz is going to potentially be ready to rock for week 1. And Frank Reich says, quote, this will be a big week for Carson Wentz and Quentin Nelson as starters take part in team drills. So now that the preseason is over, we pretty much know the entire starting lineup, offensively, defensively. It's time to put in the work these last 2 remaining weeks to get ready for your first game and to get ready for the long haul that is the NFL season. So we know Carson Wentz, Quentin Nelson coming off the same foot injury, and this is really when they're going to have to push it. They rehabbed for 2 weeks. They were looking good, but now they truly have to push the limits on what their feet can do, and can they hold up to the grueling NFL demanding athleticism and work that you need to put in to be successful. So let's go into this article right here, see what the Colts will be doing this week practice-wise to get everybody ready, and let's see if we get any good information on Carson Wentz, any good promising information that Carson Wentz is going to be 100% ready for week 1. So here we go. Carson Wentz and Quentin Nelson could be on the field week 1 or miss multiple games to open the Indianapolis Colts 2021 campaign. The first test comes Monday today, so we'll know more tomorrow. Coach Frank Reich told reporters that the plan is for both starters to get in full team sessions to determine how their feet hold up. Both Wentz and Nelson underwent foot surgery earlier this month, said quote here by Frank Reich. We've got to see how Wentz responds to going 1 day in team. Then the next day will be a walkthrough, so kind of give him and Quentin a chance to have a day there. Then we have a day in pads on Wednesday and then another shorter practice on Thursday. This will be a big week to determine who or where those 2 guys are, but they will be in team drills. We'll see if they are limited or not, or if they are a full go for every rep. We'll see how it goes during practice. So we'll know more this week as stories kind of progress, as we get more footage out of these practice sessions and training camp. We'll see how these players are holding up. We have seen Carson Wentz already kind of throwing on the run, running real good, quick cutting, setting his feet, cutting again, cutting some more, going, stepping in between bag drills and all that. So just first appearances does seem like Carson Wentz is all good to go, but now we have to put it in team drill settings where it's live action, ready to go, defense coming against the offense trying to beat the defense, and we'll see if Carson Wentz's foot can hold up at that point. Let's continue with this article, finish it up quickly here. Nelson is eligible to participate after being activated Monday from the reserve COVID-19 list following 5 days of isolation after being ruled a high-risk close contact. The quarterback and offensive guard participated in individual drills last week before Nelson went on the COVID-19 list, and Wentz did some 7-on-7 work. Indy had always pegged this week as critical for deciding whether Wentz and Nelson would be ready for week 1 versus the Seahawks on September 12th, and that is true. We heard it was like a 5-week plan that Frank Reich set and put into place, and they've been hitting all the kind of targeted goals of these 5 weeks to get them ready for week 1. So every step of the way, it has been promising that Carson Wentz is going to be ready week 1, and we've been seeing those milestones, practice, rehab, all of that, and we've been hearing some great things. That's why we're kind of saying that Carson Wentz is going to be ready week 1. The key will be how each responds after getting in a full day's work. Any swelling or any discomfort could force the Colts to pull back on the starters, meaning they likely not be ready for the season opener. And the last paragraph right here, if Wentz can't go, the Colts would start second-year Jacob Eason. The hope is the former Eagles quarterback will be ready. He reportedly looked good during practice last week. If he passes with flying colors this week, expect the 28-year-old to be under center week 1. So Jacob Eason, I believe Sam Ehlinger got injured in his preseason game this week, I believe. So they're just kind of left with Jacob Eason. We didn't love what we saw from either of those quarterbacks. We don't think those are kind of, winnable for the entire season. 1 or 2 games in the beginning to get Carson Wentz right. I think they can do a solid job. They could potentially go 2-0 if they do play two games. But, for the long haul, we can't believe in Jacob Eason. But luckily, it's not seeming like it's going to have to be the case. So this week, we'll know more as this week progresses. But everything seems to be fine so far. Let's knock on wood a little bit to, not jinx them any, because we do want to see Carson Wentz out here week 1. So we'll know more this week as they actively participate in team drills, ramp up their activity a little bit more, truly press and push and see what they can endure. And we'll see if their foot holds up. Alrighty, what do we got up next here? All right, here we go. Giants starting left tackle Andrew Thomas knows, quote, there's definitely pressure after struggling to protect Daniel Jones. So we know just talent-wise, this is a very, very deep Giants team. And we do want to buy in and believe and bet and root for this Giants team. But we need the line to hold up, and we need Daniel Jones to take that year 3 leap. And the offensive line truly wasn't getting it done, the starters anyway, of protecting Daniel Jones last night. We did get to see Daniel Jones play, and we will watch his tape to see how he kind of looked now that we're kind of really ramping up to the start of their season and need to see some great things on Daniel Jones. So let's go into this article right here and hear from this left tackle that needs to kind of improve a little bit, because if Daniel Jones isn't getting that protection, then, he's not going to be able to, be comfortable in the pocket. He's not going to take that year 3 leap. Josh Allen had a pretty good line last season, no? I didn't see Josh Allen getting sacked left and right last season. So Daniel Jones can't be doing that this season. And, so we can expect him to have, a Josh Allen year 3 leap kind of year. So let's see what we get here. Here we go. The 2021 season is a pivotal campaign for Daniel Jones. Yes, sir. We've been saying it all offseason, folks. And the New York Giants. With Jones entering his 3rd season, Big Blue must decide if the quarterback is the future or it must look to move on. One key player in how the evaluation will go is left tackle Andrew Thomas. Thus far, it's been a struggle for the 2020 number 4 overall pick. With Jones taking his first preseason reps Sunday night against New England, Thomas took most of his reps of the exhibition season, 36, mirroring the starting quarterback. Unfortunately, things didn't go well for Thomas. He allowed 1.5 sacks and was called for a hold and gave up several more quarterback hits. Protect that man, please. It wasn't a good sign of things to come after the left tackle mostly struggled during his rookie campaign before a couple of solid outings to end the season. Thomas is well aware of the burden he's under to keep Jones upright, says, quote, there's definitely pressure. I put pressure on myself. I know I've been given this role, and I worked hard to be here, so I have to step up and do what I have to do. Thomas noted that there are things he must improve upon, including his hand placement and sets against edge rushers, but the 22-year-old believes he's made strides in those areas, says, quote, I think I made improvements this offseason, but there are a lot of things I still need to work on. I'm just trying to fix those things. And yeah, you just gave up 1.5 sacks in preseason and not an entire game. Come on. The Giants have preached patience with the young left tackle, noting that it's not easy to step in and master a quarterback's blind side while being left on an island. Quote here by head coach Joe Judge says, quote, "I think overall he's done a solid job. He's going to be a better player a month from now, 2 months from now, and at the end of the season." So Joe Judge has truly been patient with everybody on this team, truly believing in every player on this team. So that's great by Joe Judge, and kind of why, I do believe in him as a head coach. But at some point, we do need to see some great production here, and it's all probably going to come to a head this season. We need good success from this Giants team. They have more than enough. Do I say more than enough good players offensively and defensively to win more than 6 games that they did last season? This cannot be a not good team. We need Saquon Barkley out here. We need him ready to go. We need everybody ready to go here week 1, and the offensive line cannot be bad, because if it's bad, Daniel Jones is getting taken down for sacks, and Saquon Barkley can't run through open holes. And if you're getting kind of Saquon Barkley killed in the backfield, blown up, he's coming off of an injury. So you got to keep him good. So huge stress needs to put in for this offensive line for the Giants to be absolutely great. And hopefully this left tackle can get it together after not having a really great preseason finale. So once again, folks, everything we've been hearing from this Giants team this offseason has really kind of left a bad taste in our mouth. We are not that confident going into the season on the Giants like we were. At the end of last season, going kind of this offseason, early in this offseason, we were big on this Giants team. We said they were going to win the division. We said they would potentially make a huge playoff run, potential Super Bowl run. We thought Daniel Jones was going to have his kind of year 3 leap. We thought Saquon Barkley was going to take that step to get back into the top 3 of running backs where he was before the injury. But everything that we've seen, everything that we've read, everything that we've heard have just gone truly against that, and we can't really buy this Giants team. We want to, we just can't buy it 100%, so still seems like this Cowboys team is the best team in the NFC East. But we'll see if that changes come week 1, when hopefully everything works out and hopefully Saquon Barkley is out there. But until that happens, we can't really put too much stake and stock into this Giants team. Truly unfortunate. Alrighty, let's go to this. Got 3 more stories to talk about here, so let's quickly wrap it up here. But What is this narrative, folks? Can we stop with this narrative of not playing Justin Fields week 1 or just playing him at all because the offensive line is bad? Can we stop protecting and coddling these players out here? If your offensive line is bad, that's unfortunate. But what are we supposed to do? Just give up the entire season because the offensive line isn't getting it done? Because we can't believe in the offensive line? How lame is that? We're just supposed to throw in the towel because the offensive linemen aren't playing well? First of all, do something about it. Change it up. Get better coaches. Coach them up more. But I'm not going to throw in the towel, and I'm not going to not start my starters or hold some players back because I'm worried that the offensive line isn't going to hold up and these players are going to get injured. How lame is that, folks? But this is what David Carr says, folks. David Carr, ex-quarterback in this league, never anything great, and I don't want to disrespect David Carr, but I'm going to disrespect David Carr because Justin Fields is 100% better than David Carr has ever been, and Justin Fields hasn't even played a regular season game yet. But this is what David Carr says should be done with the Bears and Justin Fields. David Carr says, quote, "Do we want to put Justin Fields behind the Bears offensive line that I've watched the last 3 weeks?" Oh, you mean the last 3 weeks in preseason? Oh, the offensive line isn't getting it done in preseason? Oh, so we shouldn't start Justin Fields because of that? Lame. So, do we want to put Justin Fields behind the Bears offensive line that I've watched the last 3 weeks? Absolutely not. I've been in that situation. Well, yeah, it was the offensive line so bad that you were so trash your 4-5 years of starting in this league? I mean, look at this man's completion percentage. 52% year 1. 56% year 2, 61% year 3, 60% year 4. Is that anything good? He had 68% year 5, which was really good. He started all 16 games, absolutely great. But then when you look at the yards, only 2,700 yards. The man's only thrown for like 2,000 yards every single season? That's trash. That's so trash. But we're supposed to listen to what David Carr is going to say on a potential generational quarterback that is Justin Fields. So sorry, David Carr, that your career did not work out in Houston from 2003 to 2006. Sorry, was the offensive line just bad? But they still started you. So what does that say about you? Because you weren't the guy, the offensive line was so bad that they just went with the guy that wasn't good because you don't want to hurt the guy that is good on your team? So we're supposed to just protect these quarterbacks and coddle these quarterbacks, put them out there, see what they can do. Maybe the offensive line will block a little bit better. Maybe Justin Fields' dual threat ability can ease the pressure of the Bears' offensive line. Andy Dalton has no escapability. He will just be standing in the pocket. That gives the advantage to the edge rushers that can just instantly bull rush and not have to worry about Andy Dalton getting outside the pocket, not having to kind of maintain that edge, that seal on the edge, because Andy Dalton is not going to be running the ball. Justin Fields, he can run the ball, helps out the offensive line because now the defensive edge rushers have to set the edge, have to stay setting the edge, can't really just bull rush because Justin Fields can just go right up the middle in between them and take off. So I don't understand this thought, this line of thinking of not playing players because your offensive line is bad. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but we're just supposed to hinder the progress of other players because the offensive line is bad? What does that say about you? You can't coach up your guys? You're going to bail on your team instantly in the season because you don't have faith in your offensive line? What kind of message does that send to your team? Oh my God, they're not going to start Justin Fields, who we all know is a better quarterback than Andy Dalton, because us offensive linemen can't get it done. That's going to ruin their confidence. That's going to ruin Andy Dalton's confidence because now he knows the true reason why he's out there. And that's just going to make Justin Fields resent the offensive lineman, resent the coach for making that decision. So where is the benefit of not playing Justin Fields? Can we talk about this? This is going to be the big story for the next 2 weeks. Why not start Justin Fields? It makes no sense to us. Andy Dalton is not some god at quarterback. He is average at best. Slightly above average. If average is 50%, I give him kind of like 50.5%. I will give him slightly better than average. Slightly. It's not even that big of a slight, but I guess I have to start respecting Andy Dalton a little bit more. I don't want to, but his stats, I do have to do it a little bit more. So I'll do it 0.5 more. But there is no benefit. Can we stop being scared to play? Can we stop being scared to, put our guys out there that we drafted in the first round? If it doesn't work out, if he gets injured, if he gets hit, it's unfortunate. It's just unfortunate. Once again, you can't play scared in this league. What is that? We just talked about it at the beginning of the show. On J.K. Dobbins playing in the preseason, you can't be scared to not play or play your guys. Do what gives you the best chance at winning, and Justin Fields gives you the best chance at winning. Jeez. Why not start Justin Fields? It makes no sense to me. I lay awake at night, every single night, thinking to myself, trying to think of a way where I can make sense of Andy Dalton being the starter. And I haven't slept in 4 months, folks, because I can't think of one, and I can't go to sleep until I think of one. I've been up 4 straight months, and I still have not found a rational, reasonable answer to start Andy Dalton over Justin Fields. So maybe Matt Nagy's just smarter than me. Maybe Matt Nagy is smarter than us Takes by fans. The quarterback that hasn't gotten the coach that hasn't gotten the quarterback right and has been lackluster and is now on the hot seat. He's smarter than us, I guess. So we'll see. Alrighty. We're not really gonna go into this too much, but Josh Rosen. He looked pretty good for Atlanta yesterday, folks. How crazy. He scored a touchdown. We may potentially look at him if we have time in the show today. But Arthur Smith said, hey, he handled it pretty well. That's a good sign for Josh Rosen, right? Because he's been so trash his entire career. But maybe this is the beginning of Josh Rosen being good. Finally getting it done. It took Atlanta and Arthur Smith for this man to be good. So Arthur Smith said he did pretty well yesterday. All right, last thing to talk about. Here we go. And we did see this yesterday. kind of a mix in a drive, Jimmy Garoppolo and Trey Lance. So maybe Kyle Shanahan is thinking about doing kind of dual threat or kind of dual quarterbacks. Like we've been having kind of dual running backs in a couple of these teams with the Browns, with the Ravens, triple running backs, with the Broncos trying to use 3 running backs. Maybe the 49ers are going to be the first team to utilize 2 quarterbacks throughout the season. Because head coach Kyle Shanahan said rotating Jimmy Garoppolo and Trey Lance will, quote, always be an option this season. Is Kyle Shanahan smarter than everybody, folks? Is this going to get it done? We saw it in preseason yesterday, and we're going to talk about it when we get to the game, but I don't know if it's going to work out. I don't think you do this. No team has ever done this and made it work, so Kyle Shanahan would be the first to rotate quarterbacks multiple times a game, multiple series for the entire year. No team has ever done that. We'll see if it pays off for Kyle Shanahan, if that is what he truly decides to do this season. Alrighty, those were all the stories that we needed to cover for today, so let's head over to the NFL preseason games from yesterday. 5 games on yesterday, and some good things to watch for in every single game. So let's start here with the Jaguars and the Cowboys. Now, the only thing that we really have to watch for is Trevor Lawrence. No more Gardner Minshew on this team. Trevor Lawrence is 100% the starter, so we can go through all of his plays and see what he was looking like. He had a great stat line, 11 of 12 for 139 yards and 2 touchdowns, no picks. Perfect. So let's watch it. Does the tape match the stats? Now, we don't have to watch anything for the Cowboys because Ben DiNucci is still so trash. The Cowboys don't have any backup quarterback, and Dak Prescott is not playing. So we don't really have to focus too much on the Cowboys. But let's focus on this Jaguars team and watch Trevor Lawrence's last audition, last kind of get ready moment, dress rehearsal, if you will, before he starts at quarterback for the entire season for the Jaguars. So here we go. Every play by Trevor Lawrence. Let's see how this man was looking now that he is officially the starter. So here we go. First play up, just kind of getting the ball out of his hands quickly. It's a nice little kind of curl route over the middle of the field for about a 5-yard gain. Nothing too great, nothing too bad. All right, here we go. 2nd and 4 now. Next play up. Trevor Lawrence, a play action pass. Going deep, taking a shot. Boom. There we go. Perfect. Beautiful ball right here. Love the confidence on this throw here. Look at this. Look at this. He takes the matchup. The receiver won it right there. Seemed to be maybe a tad underthrown. Just a tad. It seems like you could have potentially lofted this one up a little bit more out in front of him for the wide receiver to kind of run under. We see this good separation. This is about a full step of separation right here. You throw this one out a little bit in front, have the wide receiver kind of run under it a little bit more, and it could have potentially gone all the way, but still an overall great bomb right there to get them into Dallas territory. Let's count the yards on this pass because this is absolutely great. The accuracy is great. He's throwing it from his own 30-yard line, getting it all the way down to about the 25, so real great there. 45 yards, clean, accurate on the sideline. Oh, we get a nice replay here. Let's watch this. Let's see if we can get a better angle on this ball throw. Man, that is absolutely perfect. Jeez, an absolutely great ball right here. No chance at a pick, no chance at a deflection. Only chance, 100% catch, baby. Trevor Lawrence threw that thing. Fantastic. Now he's in the red zone. Let's see if he can capitalize. Standing strong in the pocket, and then a wide receiver wide open on the left side of the field in the end zone, and Trevor Lawrence puts it right on the money. Trevor Lawrence looking great so far on this first drive. Damn, this is the best Trevor Lawrence has looked all preseason. Damn. So, of course, I mean, this was always the right decision to start Trevor Lawrence. We were never saying it wasn't. We were just saying there shouldn't have been a competition in the first place, in no disrespect to Gardner Minshew. Just, you drafted this man first overall. He's going to be the guy. So, great looking series right there by Trevor Lawrence, standing tall in the pocket, confident on the deep balls, accurate on the deep balls, and he goes down quickly and scores a touchdown. You got to give the man some credit. All right, now next drive up here. Here we go. Play action pass rolling out to the right. It's a dump off designed. Goes for about 5 yards. Next play up here. They're going to play action pass again. Once again, kind of the same play as the previous one. Going down a little bit deeper here because the first option was taken away. And he throws it for a strike. Picks up the first down. Moves the chain. Now at midfield. We get a 2nd and 6 here. Can he pick up the first down? It's just a swing pass to the running back out of the backfield. Only goes for about 3 yards. Now we get 3rd and 4 just across midfield. Here we go. It's a slant route over the middle of the field, and it's incomplete. We can watch this one more time and get a nice little replay right here. It's just good coverage by the defender. Unfortunate catch couldn't be caught by the wide receiver. Good ball placement by Trevor Lawrence. Just unfortunately, it probably would have been... Oh, and I think Trevor Lawrence missed his throw. He hurried up the throw a little bit too more. We get the defender falling right here, and this wide receiver wide open on a nice little kind of post route, corner route on the left, going towards the left sideline. That would have been easily complete right there. So truly a little unfortunate there by Trevor Lawrence. Took a little bit of the safety route that wouldn't have picked up the first down. It still would have been probably a yard short if that ball was complete. So it seemed like he kind of missed the throw. Let's kind of watch this one more time. Or maybe the defender broke when Trevor Lawrence was going to throw this ball. Yeah, okay. So maybe it wouldn't have been open. Alrighty. All right, let's see what this next throw is. Here we go, 2nd and 5. Trevor Lawrence, once again, standing strong in the pocket, folks. Look at this. It's not collapsing truly, but it is kind of backing up and getting right into his face right here, folks. Standing tall and confident. Look at this. He is surrounded. Standing tall, delivering a ball, and it goes for the first down. He completes the pass on 2nd and 5. Pressure in his face. That's perfect. He does it. He isn't looking to get out of the pocket. He isn't looking to run. He isn't getting scared. He is standing tall, strong in the pocket. Look at that. Perfect. Takes a big hit right to the chest. I think they call roughing the passer too. Great job there by Trevor Lawrence. All right, next play up. Nice little wide open pass there. Goes for 10 yards. Bingo, bango. Keeping his eyes down the field. Standing strong in the pocket. Delivering accurate, great balls. You got to love to see it. Here we go. Wide receiver screen on the edge. Gets inside the 10-yard line, and he's going to keep going. Dragging defenders inside the 5 to the 3-yard line. Can we see Trevor Lawrence capitalize in the gold zone? This is just all wide receiver right here. Bingo, bango, perfect. Cowboys defense struggles to bring him down. The Cowboys haven't won a preseason game all season, folks, and they had an extra one. How unfortunate. So not great. Not great by this Cowboys team, jeez. All right, here we go. Trevor Lawrence so it looks like they got called back a little bit here. He goes from the 13-yard line, a nice little slant over the middle, gets him back inside right here. We could watch this replay from the back angle. He finds it. He knows where he wants to go with the ball. It's open now inside the 5 right here. Can he capitalize? 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line, and it's a back corner fade, and he throws it absolutely perfectly. Bingo, bango, one-on-one matchups. Y'all know we love those here, giving your receivers a chance to make a play on the ball, and Trevor Lawrence throws this one absolutely perfectly. Great separation right there, and Trevor Lawrence puts it in the exact location it needs to be for a completion. Not incomplete. No chance at a pick. No chance at a breakup. Only a completion right there. So Trevor Lawrence absolutely fantastic in his last look before the regular season starts. Obviously, Urban Meyer made the right decision here, and Trevor Lawrence playing confident, looking great. Only one incompletion, two touchdowns, and every single pass was just absolutely great. No pass was bad, and it was fantastic. So Trevor Lawrence, congratulations on a great final preseason game, and now we're definitely more excited and about this Jaguars team heading into the season. We saw Trevor Lawrence the first 2 preseason games, and he looked good, but now that he was already named the starter, playing the starting minutes here throughout, his, I think he played up to like the midway second quarter, and you got to give the man some credit. So Trevor Lawrence looking absolutely great out here, and we'll see if he can continue this progress and success in the regular season come week 1. Alrighty here, let's go to the Dolphins and the Bengals game up next. Now, we don't have to watch anything for the Dolphins because DeShaun Watson's not here yet, and Tua also did not play, but Joe Burrow played a series, and we have to keep tabs on Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase was targeted 1 time, folks. Did he catch it? Well, of course not, but he was targeted once. So we have to kind of watch Jamar Chase, watch Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow only played 1 drive, and it went 3 and out. But so when we watch these plays here of Joe Burrow, I also kind of want to try to keep tabs on Jamar Chase just to kind of see if he is getting separation, because he only had 1 target. We don't know how many snaps he did play. That we don't get the breakdown of that, but let's just see if we can quickly keep tabs and see what he's looking like trying to get separation. So let's go to this Bengals first drive where Joe Burrow is under center. So first play up, and they just run the ball. So Joe Burrow's not throwing, and Jamar Chase is not getting open. All right, play number 2 up here. Here we go. It's a wide receiver screen. Jamar Chase at the top of the... Folks, there it is. Jamar Chase, folks. Come on. It's a wide receiver screen, and you can't even catch this ball? It's right in your hands. Jamar Chase is fragile, folks. He does not want to get hit. Look at this man. It's wide open. It's a wide receiver screen. The corner is playing off. And you still can't catch the ball. It hits you right in the hands. And you drop it. And it's an incomplete pass. Come on, Jamar Chase. This was his only target all game, and you blow it. Jeez. And another opportunity right here, folks. I mean, we've only seen Jamar Chase he's only caught one pass, and it was the screen from preseason game number 1 where he only played 6 snaps. It was the same play, a wide receiver screen that he caught. This man can get no separation anytime, anywhere. And then when he does, when the ball is coming to him, he's so timid about getting hit. That's probably why, being a year removed from football, not getting hit for an entire year, and then jumping right back into football and getting hit, and you're like, yeah, I liked when I wasn't getting hit for that entire year. So Jamar Chase out here, folks, you take a year off from football, now you got to learn to get hit over and over again. And it seems like Jamar Chase does not want to get hit over and over again, which we can't blame. Nobody wants to get hit, but geez Louise, you're not going to be catching balls anymore because you think you're going to get hit? So that was Joe Burrow's only throw of the game. He comes out. Wish we would have seen a little bit more out of Joe Burrow, just because we've been hearing some good things throughout this week. This was his first time eligible to play in a preseason game. Thought that he was ready to go enough to play in the preseason game coming off that injury last season. And it was only for 1 series, 3 plays. What's up with that? So read into that as much as you want. Maybe he's not 100% healthy. Maybe, Zach Taylor, the head coach, didn't like what they saw and pulled him out of the game a little early. Interesting. All right, so here we go. New quarterback in, but let's see if we get any Jamar Chase. Is Jamar Chase still in the game? Not on this play. Let's skip to this play. That's not Jamar Chase. We get Jamar Chase somewhere. I want to see if he's getting any good separation anywhere. Where's Jamar Chase at? He's still on the field? Doesn't seem like he's on the field anymore. So Jamar Chase not getting any action, not getting right. Joe Burrow not getting. So I would stay away from this Bengals team come week one, folks. I don't know if they're going to be ready to rock. So nobody's really getting up to snuff starter-wise. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and that's going to be 2 big things to watch for this Bengals team if they plan to have success this season. Joe Burrow being great and Jamar Chase getting open left and right. You know what I mean? So Bengals not looking good. I would be afraid to bet them or root for them come week 1. And we have the final preseason stats of Jamar Chase. 5 targets, 4 drops, 1 catch. That's what he did, folks. The 1 catch was a wide receiver screen. So Jamar Chase, man, not looking like the best wide receiver, even though that he was the first wide receiver taken in the draft. So you would just kind of assume that he is the best wide receiver because the team looked at all the wide receivers, said, hey, we're getting a wide receiver. We like Jamar Chase the best. So that's just kind of how it fell ordering wise. He was the first wide receiver taken, but he's not looking like first wide receiver taken numbers or production or anything like that. So Jamar Chase, another preseason game in another video that will be titled Still Worrying About Jamar Chase. How unfortunate. All right, and then before we move off of this game, let's just give a shout out to the Dolphins, folks. They ended up winning this game, and they complete a Hail Mary. Jeez Louise. Let me get the players' names out of up here so we can kind of credit them where credit definitely needs to be due. So we get Sinnett, deep pass to Merrick. We get quarterback Sinnett. Let me get his first name up here. What do we got, Sinnett? Won't be playing this season because DeShaun Watson will be quarterback, but Reed Sinnett played the entire game and came out with a Hail Mary. And then the wide receiver, Chris Marriott. So Chris Marriott, Reed Sinnett getting it done for the Dolphins. So let's watch this Hail Mary that was completed. 4th and 15, down 4 at the Bengals 35-yard line. Sinnett running for his life, escaping, and then throws the thing 45 yards to the front of the end zone, and somehow Marriott comes down with the ball. So absolutely great there by the Dolphins. They end up winning the game off of this Hail Mary. Sinnett shaken up after the play, but geez Louise, well done. Hail Mary, always exciting, even in preseason, and the Dolphins were able to get the W off of that. So congratulations to the Dolphins, and unfortunately, the bad news, Jamar Chase still having a garbage preseason. How unfortunate. Alrighty, next game up here is the Raiders and the 49ers. Now, the 49ers played Jimmy Garoppolo and Trey Lance out here, and we're only probably going to watch like the first 2 drives because we expect Jimmy Garoppolo to be the starter. But what is interesting is that Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo both were playing in the second drive, taking other snaps, and that's kind of what we just talked about here of this quote of Kyle Shanahan. Right here, head coach Kyle Shanahan said rotating Jimmy Garoppolo and Trey Lance will, quote, always be an option. And we saw that play out here last night in preseason for the 49ers. And they were able to score a touchdown on that drive that they were substituting Trey Lance in for a couple of plays while Jimmy Garoppolo started the drive. So maybe this is a good plan. Maybe there is some things that Trey Lance can do that Jimmy Garoppolo cannot. So let's watch these first 2 drives by the 49ers here. We get to see what Jimmy Garoppolo is looking like, but we also get to see what a Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo drive looks like at its peak potential, because it capped off for a touchdown. So we got to give it some credit. So maybe Kyle Shanahan is going to revolutionize the quarterback position. How crazy. Maybe he can't get it done. He cannot win the Super Bowl by just following the normal rules, the normal unwritten rules of, hey, you play one quarterback. Kyle Shanahan's like, yeah, well, I tried that and I blew 2 Super Bowls. So I'm going to create my own rules out here. I'm going to draft Trey Lance, and I'm going to use Trey Lance when I got Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm going to be using 2 quarterbacks. Every game, every play, I will have 2 quarterbacks out there. So let's see if Kyle Shanahan is some big brain mastermind smarter than everybody else in the history of the game, because this has never happened before. So let's see what we get here. I believe first drive is all Jimmy Garoppolo. So we can kind of just analyze Jimmy Garoppolo alone. And let's see, we'll compare the 2 drives. Is one looking better? Is one better? So here we go. First drive, which I believe is all Jimmy Garoppolo under center. So here we go. First play up here. It's a run play. Don't care about this. Like we said, folks, we do have Game Pass, but we cannot click around on plays. We only care about what Jimmy Garoppolo is doing. Unfortunately, we do have to watch the run plays as well, because we cannot skip around 2 specific plays. All right, but here we go. It's a play action pass, wide open. Jimmy Garoppolo dumps it off right there to the wide open. Is that George Kittle? Oh my God, George Kittle. Look at this man get open. Now we have to watch this play again, because we have to watch George Kittle get absolutely open here on this play, because tight end university, folks, we're all about it. So here we go. George Kittle, tight end right here, just coming across the middle of the field. Nobody picking him up. Too easy. Easy peasy. And then he rips off for about 20 yards at midfield. Perfect. Alrighty, now at midfield, we get Jimmy Garoppolo. Let's see. He's under center. Here we go. Play action pass. Dumps it off. Ooh, tight throw over the middle of the field. Falls incomplete. Try to fit it in there quickly. Jeez, that was tight. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10. It's a read option. No, is that Trey Lance? Trey Lance was in the game. Okay, so Trey Lance did come in here on the first drive as well. So both drives were Jimmy Garoppolo and Trey Lance, folks. Oh, my God. So here we go. 2nd and 10 after a Jimmy Garoppolo passing completion. We got Trey Lance in shotgun with a single backfield in the back to his left. Here we go. And he runs a read option play. He doesn't keep it. He hands it off, and it goes for 10, 15 yards. That's a success, folks. Oh, my God. Kyle Shanahan's a genius. Oh, my goodness. I've seen one play. He's a genius. Now we get Jimmy Garoppolo back in the game. He's under center. He hands the ball off, and it goes big. 15 yards again. All right, let's see who they have in at quarterback now that they're at the 15-yard line. Who's in now? Who's in now? Trey Lance is back out there in shotgun, kind of a pistol formation. He hands off the ball, goes for 3. Man, oh man. Kyle Shanahan is really about to play 2 quarterbacks in 1. We get Trey Lance still out there. 2 straight plays, another kind of read option. He hands off the ball to the running back. It didn't seem like it wasn't going to get anything, but it goes for 6 yards in the first down. Now they're inside the 5. Trey Lance is still out there. 3 straight plays, another read option. Hands it off to the running back up the middle, goes for about 2 yards. Now we're going to get 2nd and goal from about the 3. Who's going to be in now? We get Trey Lance still out there. Damn. Trey Lance, another read option. Hands off the ball. Running back up the middle. They're going to call him a yard short of the goal line. Oh, my goodness. Are we going to have Jimmy Garoppolo play from the 20s to the 20s? No. And just have Trey Lance in the red zone? No, because Jimmy Garoppolo is out here on 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. What do we get here? What's the play call? It's a play action pass. Everything rolling out to the right. Everything covered. But Jimmy Garoppolo says, hey, if you're going to use Trey Lance because of his speed, well, I got something to show you. Jimmy Garoppolo keeps it and rushes it in for the touchdown. Yes, sir. Jimmy Garoppolo knows, hey, Trey Lance has a little bit of better footwork than I do, a little bit more speed in the running game than I do, so I got to kind of beef up, and he took a big shot right there to get in the goal line, head down, wanting it all, and he gets it. Man, oh man. All righty. So a kind of hybrid dual quarterback offense. It worked. It got it done. Those read options were busting out yards. Fantastic. And Jimmy Garoppolo gets it done in the from the 1-yard line. All right, let's go to the next drive where once again it is Jimmy Garoppolo and Trey Lance together. So let's see what we get here. All righty, next drive, still up 7-0. All right, Jimmy Garoppolo is out there at the start of the drive. Takes the first snap here. It's a play action. Oh, and he couldn't quite make the completion right there. Ball hung in the air a little bit too much, and the defender was able to come over and bat it away. All right, next on 2nd and 10, Jimmy Garoppolo still out there. Another play-action pass, and he hits a receiver on a curl route on the right sideline for the first down catch. All right, 3rd play of the drive. Who's going to be out there? Is it Trey Lance's time to shine now? Great route right here by the receiver. Good ball by Jimmy Garoppolo, high and away, making the receiver go up and get it. All right, Jimmy Garoppolo still out there on the next play. Strike over the middle of the field, decently wide open, and it goes for about 20 yards. Now we're starting to get into the Raiders territory. We get Trey Lance now. Trey Lance time. Here we go. But he stays in the pocket and passes, and this is a huge All right, so now we're starting to see the drastic differences between these 2 quarterbacks. Jimmy Garoppolo, obviously the better passer, and Trey Lance, obviously the better rusher. But watch this throw here by Trey Lance. I mean, this is absolutely off the money big time. This receiver is wide open over the middle of the field on a slant route, crossing route, and he misses them wide big time. So that's not great. And they're not only using Trey Lance in the read option running game. They had him out there in the pass. Now, Trey Lance is still out there on 2nd and 10. Now it's another read option. He hands it off to the running back up the middle, and it goes for about 13 yards. Picks up the first down inside the 30. We get Jimmy Garoppolo now back in at quarterback here. Drops back the pass, and we get a flag. We don't care. Who's this on? What was it all about? All right, we get 1st and 15, false start. Jimmy Garoppolo, was he still out there? They run the ball. Let's see who was out there at the quarterback position. We get Jimmy Garoppolo still back out there. So after the penalty, 1st and 15, they hand off the ball, and it goes for only about 2 yards. All right, we're going to get a 2nd and 13. Jimmy Garoppolo is still out here. All righty. Empty backfield, and he's going deep. Oh, incomplete. No separation, and it's just incomplete there on the deep ball. Now we get 3rd and 13. Who do they have at quarterback out there? Who does Kyle Shanahan trust in a 3rd and 13 scenario? He trusts Jimmy G. Still out here. Here we go. 3rd and 13. Jimmy Garoppolo. Boom. Oh, what a strike right at that first down marker. Damn. That was a strike there by Jimmy Garoppolo for 13 yards for the first down. Now inside the 15. Trey Lance is out there. Read option. He hands off the ball. It goes up the middle for about 6 yards. Now, are we inside the 10 now? I think we're inside the 10. They got Jimmy Garoppolo back out there now. And it's a speed option to the left. He hands it off. It gets about 3 yards. Going to bring up a 3rd and 1 from the 5-yard line. And now it's Trey Lance out there in a little bit of a pistol set. And he hands off the ball right up the middle. It's going to pick up the first. Is it going to pick up the first? Oh, it looks like they're going to mark him a little short. I think that's a bad spot. I think that picked up the first. Let's see what they officially call right here. 4th and 1. 4th and 1. Jimmy G out there. 4th and 1. And it's a quarterback sneak. Quick. And he gets the first down. Now it's going to be 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. Who do they go with? Who do you go with in this situation? They're going to have Jimmy G back out there. And he hands off the ball up the middle of the field. And that doesn't get anything. So now we're going to get 2nd and goal from the 3. Who's going to be the quarterback? It's Trey Lance now. In a true pistol formation, he keeps it and runs it in for 3 yards. Oh my God, this hybrid offense. 2 straight drives. Some good drives right here. That end in touchdowns. 4th down conversions. 3rd down and longs. In multiple scenarios, they were always able to pick it up. Is Kyle Shanahan a genius? I'm kind of loving this offense, folks. Man, is Kyle Shanahan going to make the first quarterback dual threat offense work? They put up 14 points. Jimmy Garoppolo didn't play for the rest of the game. They had Trey Lance take a couple of more snaps out here. But I don't care about just Trey Lance by himself. And they all, just Trey Lance getting it done, folks. Jeez. So, watch out for this 49ers hybrid offense, folks. 2 different quarterbacks, Trey Lance, Jimmy Garoppolo, both have their strengths, both showed their strengths, and they scored 14 points. Damn. So, is he a genius, folks? We'll see this season. He's got the 2 Super Bowls before, folks. Just eluding both of those trophies both times. Maybe this is how he gets his. Oh, man, I'm excited now. I'm excited for this 49ers team. I think it's good. Folks. Jeez, it was good. I loved everything I saw. It was all good, folks. I didn't think that looked bad. It didn't look clunky. It didn't look bad. They were able to move the ball. I mean, both these drives, folks. First drive, 10 plays, 68 yards, 5 minutes. Second drive, 14 plays, 80 yards, 7 minutes. Damn, fantastic. So, Kyle Shanahan said, hey, we can do this all season. I got no problem with that. It works. It's proven to work. Damn. Alrighty. Next game up here. Patriots and the Giants here. All right, we got to watch Mac Jones and Cam Newton both played this game. And we also have to watch a little bit of Danny J out here. Do we have anything else to watch? We got to watch anything on this Browns? No. Okay, so this could potentially be the last one. So we probably won't go long today on the show. Good. Perfect. All right, here we go. Patriots, Giants. Got to watch Cam Newton, Mac Jones for the Patriots to see, because their quarterback battle is not over just quite yet. Our last look at that. And then let's watch Daniel Jones, because this is our first action of what Daniel Jones is looking like in preseason. So we'll see if he lives up to the hype that we have placed on him. So let's first start here with the quarterback competition in New England. Now, unfortunately, we have to watch Cam Newton's plays by play, which I believe he played the first 3 drives, first 2. We get to first 2 drives. So we got to watch the first 2 drives of Cam Newton, and then we can kind of skip around on a highlight package that is just Mac Jones every single play. So let's get it to Cam Newton out on the field, and then we'll start breaking down what he can do for this Patriots team. Cam Newton, we got to see a lot of great things from him here. Missed a couple of practices this week because of COVID-19 misunderstanding. I think he missed 3 straight practices. So he's got to be looking sharp here, and he's got great field position on this first drive, starting from his own 46-yard line. So here we go, Cam Newton under center. Here we go. First play is a rush up the middle. No Cam Newton, so we do not care. 2nd and 6. Cam Newton in shotgun now. Pistol formation. Here we go. Drops back to pass. And boom, finds that tight window at the first down marker. That's going to be for the first down on 2nd and 6. Perfect strike there by Cam Newton. Good read. All right, it's a running back draw right there that absolutely rips off like 15, 20 yards. Perfectly well executed. Now from the Giants' 26-yard line, Cam Newton hands off the ball again. Approaching the red zone where Cam Newton's definitely going to have to be buttoned up here. 2nd and 7. Cam Newton once again under center. Drops back to pass. Pressure's coming. Just has to get rid of the ball quickly. Wide receiver not ready for it, and it just falls incomplete. But Cam Newton was rushed on the throw. Edge rusher coming right off the edge. All right, now we get 3rd and 7. Can he pick up this first down? Drops back to pass. Plenty of time to throw this ball, and he just shorts it, man. I mean, this is a comeback route on the left sideline. No real great separation here by the wide receiver, but just look at Cam Newton, and I see this all the time by Cam Newton, man. He just looks lackadaisical. There never seems to be any urgency. Just look at his body language right here on this play, folks. He's at the line, kicks his foot up, ready to call the hut, and then it's just a small little drop back, doesn't step into the throw, and it's about 3 yards short, folks. I mean, he just has this about him, this lackadaisical approach, and it gets him into trouble. Cam Newton seems like he takes multiple plays off, folks, a lot of the time. So, not a great look here by Cam Newton, struggling to convert for a touchdown. Yes, 3 points. Any points is great, but when you had a good drive that had great starting field position, and then you kind of just collapse a little bit once you're starting to get towards that red zone area, it's not the best sign out of Cam Newton, folks. So Cam Newton, not great. Looking on that first drive, I don't love the lackadaisical attitude that I see multiple times out of Cam Newton from everything, from the play calling to the walk up to the huddle to just his backpedaling, his drop back, his step backs from the hike. So I don't know, man. That wasn't that great. But now we get another drive here, so let's skip around so we can watch Cam Newton's second drive here. All right, here we go. Starting from not great field position because the Giants had a little bit of a turnover right there. So here we go. Cam Newton backed up from his own 3-yard line. Let's see how he handles this drive. Here we go. Run up the middle on the first down. Got to create a little bit more space between you and the end zone so you don't get a safety. 2nd and 6 now. Let's see what Cam Newton does here. Drops back to pass. 1-step drop. Quick fire. And it's a complete ball. It's good, but it's only about 3 yards. And now we're going to get 3rd and 2. Cam Newton, huge first down pickup. You can't punt from your own 11-yard line. They're going to be backed up even more. That's a false start on offense. So huge play here on 3rd and 7 now after the penalty from his own 5-yard line. Here we go. Cam Newton drops back to pass, going deep over the middle of the field, and whoa, and then comes down with the pick. Damn. Oh, my God, we got to see a different replay on this one. So Cam Newton trying to be aggressive going down the field, and it was a good ball, and it was complete, but it seemed like the receiver just got the ball wrestled away from him. So here we go, just a seam route down the sideline, or down the middle of the field. Matthews goes up to play the ball, and just unfortunate, the defender is able just to have the ball fall right into his hands, really. Defender not playing the ball, receiver looking and playing the ball, just unfortunately could not secure the catch, kind of bobbles around between the wide receiver and the defender, and it comes away with the pick. So that's not on Cam Newton. I love the aggressiveness there, and it was a good thrown ball. It's just a little unfortunate. So not going to knock Cam Newton on that interception. Am going to knock Cam Newton on the lackadaisical 3rd and 6 from the first drive that he short-armed big time. So that was Cam Newton's plays right there. Nothing great. Finishes the day at 2 and 5 for 10 yards and an interception. Obviously, the stat line making it seem a little bit worse, but that's what we get out of Cam Newton. Just once again, nothing truly that great. Now, let's watch Mac Jones, the other half of this quarterback competition. So here we go. Every single Mac Jones play. Let's see if he's looking a little bit better than Cam Newton. Now, Mac Jones was playing with the backups. Cam Newton was playing with the starters. But here we go. First play, 1st and 15, and Mac Jones throws it, slings it over the middle of the field, and great touch on this ball to get it past that linebacker kind of wall where there's 2 linebackers, 7 yards deep, and it's the wide receiver behind him. Behind those two linebackers, able to make the catch. So great ball there by Mac Jones on his first throw. Now we get a play action, throwing back to his left, wide open, bango, bango, beautiful ball. This offense is moving now, and that's kind of the big thing that I've seen the difference between Cam Newton and Mac Jones from the first 2 preseason games is that Mac Jones is just able to move the ball down the field a little bit more than Cam Newton is. And once again, you do have to score points in this league. I kind of bring it back to what the Bears were last season between Nick Foles and Mitch Trubisky. Mitch Trubisky, he wasn't winning the games, but he was putting up points and moving the ball. Where Nick Foles, he wasn't winning the game either, but he wasn't moving the ball, and Nick Foles was never putting up any meaningful points. So Matt Nagy was forced to go back to Mitch Trubisky after going from Mitch Trubisky to Nick Foles and then back to Mitch Trubisky because Nick Foles was not putting up the points. And that's what Cam Newton does. He doesn't move the ball down the field. He does not put up the points. We just saw that last season. He had like 8 passing touchdowns. So I think in that regard, Mac Jones kind of has to be the starter. But let's see if it kind of keeps up here. Here we go. Mac Jones on 39 from the 30-yard line of the Giants. Here we go. Trying to escape the pressure. Unfortunately, falls down trying to escape the pocket. Unfortunate. Drive stalls. They get a field goal out of that drive. Mac Jones on the next drive. Oh, a good ball thrown right here. Kind of exactly where it had to be. And the receiver just drops this ball. Good touch right here. Tight window to fit this ball in. He does it. And the receiver just unfortunately cannot hang on to the ball. So not Mac Jones' fault on that incompletion. Next play up here, 2nd and 20 from his own 10-yard line. Jeez, got to move the ball here, folks. Here we go. Mac Jones dropping back to pass. Plenty of time to throw. Check down over the middle of the field. And it picks up about maybe 7 yards, but it brings up 3rd down. Let's see if Mac Jones can complete this 3rd and 12. Here we go. Drops back to pass. Stepping up in the pocket, rifles it over the middle of the field, and that one is incomplete. This one we can't really tell. Do we get a replay? No. Unfortunately, we can't go like slow-mo in this. Yeah, we can't really tell if this was off the receiver, if this was a good ball or not. It goes too quick. See if we can try to stop it one more time. Trying to take it frame by frame on this pause. Let's see what we can get. Ah, man, that's tough. That's tough. So we'll just chalk that one up as incomplete. Can't really tell if that's on Mac Jones. It seemed like it was a well-thrown ball. Unfortunate, incomplete. All right, next drive here. Now they're down 1 point. 7-6. He's going to take a sack right before the end of half. All righty. Mac Jones is going to start the 3rd quarter as well, so there's more Mac Jones to watch out here. All right, here we go. Play action pass. Here we go. Very first play of the second half here. And he delivers a wide open ball about 15 yards down the field. Bingo, bango. Once again, Mac Jones is going against kind of the second strings out here. Here we go. Next play up. He just dumps it off to the running back out of the backfield. Nothing great. Into the Giants field territory now. So let's see if Mac Jones can kind of get it done in opposing territory and capitalize with the touchdown. So here we go, 2nd and 4 from the 42-yard line. Tipped at the line, incomplete, bringing up a 3rd and 4. Let's see if Mac Jones can get this done. They picked it up, but we fast forward a little bit. Now they're inside the red zone right here. Mac Jones over the middle of the field, and bingo, bango, that's a touchdown. Mac Jones, that's what I'm talking about, moving the ball. First drive out of half, that is absolutely big to get a touchdown like that. Fantastic. Now we get Mac Jones. Here we go, at midfield now, going deep. Oh, my God, one-on-one matchup. Not the most beautifully thrown ball. We see this wobbling in the air. Are we going to get a replay? Damn, I wish they would show a replay from a different angle. But here we go. Let's break this throw down again because this is real good. But here we go. Mac Jones at midfield, 1st and 10. Play action pass. Throws the ball. Little wobbling in the air, but that's wide open, and he puts it right on the money. So it gets down to the 20-yard line, 30-yard ball there. That's what we're talking about now. Mac Jones, empty backfield, back in the red zone. Can he capitalize again? Nice little out route on the left sideline, and it goes for 10 yards. Now inside the 10. Here we go. First and goal from the 10-yard line. Mac Jones under center. Can the man get it done again in the red zone? One-step drop back. Here. Oh, no. Oh, this is a good thrown ball right here. Love it. That quick one-step drop, and it's a one-on-one matchup. You throw that kind of end zone fade. Unfortunately, this goes off the hand of the wide receiver. Let's watch this one more time to see if the ball placement's actually 100% on the money. Let's watch this one more time. Mac Jones, it's high, it's lofted. What more do you want from this, folks? Right in his hands. That was beautiful. Unfortunate receiver could not keep the ball in his hands with the defender all over him. So that's a great ball, a great attempt. Now, the Patriots do come away with the touchdown right there. Once again, great job by Mac Jones to lead his team to 2 straight touchdowns after halftime. Putting up points is always great, but they did it by the running game. All right, here we go. Mac Jones, another drive start here at the 31-yard line. Nice little 9-yard pass over the middle of the field. Bingo, bango. First and 10 at their own 46-yard line. Mac Jones drops back to pass again. A pump fake. Oh, but he gets taken down for a sack. All righty. Maybe a little too comfortable with that pump fake right there. Thought he could buy a little bit more time. He couldn't. Now we get a 2nd and 25 after the sack here. Let's see what he can do. Just a little bit of a safety net dink off for about maybe 13 yards. Going to bring up a long third down. 3rd and 17. Jeez Louise. Can he pick this one up? Here we go. Mac Jones. 3rd and 17. Plenty of time to throw. No. Wow, yeah. He definitely held on to the ball too long, and kind of we read that quote earlier today in the show, and that's going to be Mac Jones' last pass right there. So, yeah, definitely we heard Mac Jones after the game say, yeah, I can clean up a couple of things here, holding the ball way too long. Yeah, I didn't really see that for the majority of the game, but those last 2 plays, he held on to the ball way too long. So, but other than that, he was moving the ball, getting points, making some real great throws. I think you got to start Mac Jones, honestly. Mac Jones finishes the day. His final stat line, 10 of 14 for 156 yards and a touchdown, and he was able to score some more points right there with field goals and touchdowns because he was able to move the ball down the field. So I think that's the upside of Mac Jones. He's able to move the ball and put up points. Cam Newton just doesn't really do that consistently. So I think after preseason game number 3, I think Mac Jones truly has to be the starter here. Cam Newton is just not consistent. That's all it is. He's not consistent. I see no urgency from him at any point. Plays before trying to do something before halftime. You're in the red zone, no urgency there. You're in opponent's territory, no urgency. There's never any urgency with Cam Newton, and I just can't get behind it. So I would name Mac Jones the starter, which is crazy because we did not think that when he was drafted. I did not think Mac Jones had what it took to be a year 1 starter, rookie starter in this league. I didn't even know if this man could be a starter at any point in his career in this league, but now he's showing out here early on for this Patriots team in preseason, so I got to give the man some credit. So I think I go with Mac Jones over Cam Newton, folks. Alrighty, we will watch Daniel Jones tomorrow, but we are going a little bit late here in the show. Daniel Jones played a majority of the game, so that's a lot to watch. So we'll watch that tomorrow. We'll finish that up, and we'll go into some of our narrative revisits, and we'll go into how we can make some money on some overall win totals. But that is going to do it for us today, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, and we will be back tomorrow live, noon Eastern, doing it all again. So we'll